Moving on to the last one. The last one is extensive form 1. Extensive form problem is usually the easier one, but this version it is relatively hard. So let's go through this. So the cake cutting one is the bargaining game. The bargaining game, I was planning to talk about it in last week, but I didn't. So I should talk about this week. So cut into 9 pieces and propose a division into 2 piles, x being the pile on the left. So on the left is called x, on the right is 9 minus x, so notation is important. And D chooses either left or right or reject. So A has choices like this. So we have 1 on the left, 2 on the left, 3 on the left. Remember the number I said is on the left, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So on the exam, write, draw anything you want, I don't care. So this is, I can accept it. No, that's the other version. I can choose left, I can choose right, I can reject. So right and reject seems to be the same letter, so let's use J to represent reject. So after each one, there are 3. No, this looks really ugly. But yeah, anyways, I'll just draw several of them. 2 of them, and then everything is the same. So specify a weakly dominated strategy. So a weakly dominated strategy, first a strategy for player D is a list of 9 actions. So that's important, a list of 9 actions. So if you only say reject is worse, is dominated by L or R, that's completely wrong because one strategy for a player is 9 actions, one after each history. So and also when you specify weakly dominated act strategy, you always need to specify what this is dominated by. You cannot just write down one and stop there. You always need to write dominated means dominated by something, and you need to specify what the something is. So one thing maybe very obvious is the best strategy is if on the left there's 1, I always want it on the right, right? So this is actually a better strategy. So you have 5 R's and 5 L's, because this way you are always choosing the better one. So this one seems to be the good one, so you want the bad one. Bad one is dominated, good one is dominant, so this dominates. Maybe reject everything is and 10 of them always reject. This obviously is dominated, so this thing is dominated. But if you want to be more not so obvious, you can write the opposite way. So we have 5 L's and 5 R's. So what this is you are always picking, so this one is always picking the smaller pile. It's dominated by always picking the larger pile. This is always picking the larger pile. So this is dominated as well. And they are dominated by the same thing, which is this one, which you need to state it. So that's the first part. And the second part, SPE. So SPE, so you saw from the previous question, the second person will do this. So left, left, left. Wrong. Right, 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 right. L, left. So I always pick the larger pile. Then, so for the first person, I need to choose one single action. It's okay because the first person only needs to make a division. So if in the first case it's 0 on the left, I actually, yes, it should not be starting with 1, it should be starting with 0. So 0 on the left, 9 on the right. So, and the second person choose 9, so I'll be left with 0, I'll be left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, this is not 5. So when it's this, then it's 2 piles, 4 and 5. 5 and 4. And the second person actually start to choose 5. So this one I'll still get 4. This is 3, 2, 1, 0. So this may be unclear. So let me do this again. So this is the second person. So the sister will choose the right pile if I put 0 on the left and 9 on the right. So then I get 0 because my sister chose R, so my sister will take 9 and I will only get 0. Similarly, this means on the left there is 1, on the right there are 8. So my sister will choose 8 and I'm left with 1. So that's how I get these numbers. And it seems that these two are the largest. So my best response to this whole sequence of stuff is either choose this is 4 or 5. So this is 4. Or if you want to do 5 here, is they are both SPE. So that's the only line you need to write down. You can explain something in case you get the wrong expression. If you have some kind of explanation, you'll get partial mark. So find one Nash that's different. So maybe except for, so I will start with the one that's proposing 4. So again, always start with the SPE, and then we have RR. Yes, copying this down looks very tedious. So I wanted to have the same equilibrium outcome. So start with 4, and this R, you cannot change this. This is fixed. This is also fixed because the equilibrium path needs to be fixed. You change everything else. So maybe the one easy way is just reject everything, right? So reject everything will not affect the first person, because reject everything, this will never happen. Basically, I'm doing stupid things when it's not happening, right? So the first person will choose 4, and I'm doing stupid thing everywhere else except for 4, and I'm still doing the right choice, making the right choice when my brother is choosing 4. So this is best response. Each one is best response. So remember the example in class. So I'm always doing things that are not rational, I mean stupid, in the off equilibrium path. All of these are off equilibrium, so I can choose whatever I want. And as long as it doesn't affect 4, obviously if I reject, my brother will not choose to move to somewhere where I reject. So that's 4 is still the best response. So we have mutual best response, then it's good. So this is one of the SPE. So if you do anything else, it's not going to work, because if you change to R, then my brother will actually switch to that one. So for example, if you change this L not to reject, but to, I mean this R to L, then this is a 0, 9 division. If I choose the left pile, my brother will get 9, so my brother will obviously switch to choosing 0 here, so then it's no longer Nash, then it's done. So that's why we can only change L and R to reject, not L to R and R to L. So this is done, and the next one is try to push my brother to do something else. So let's copy this. So again, we always start with this SPE. Yes, this becomes very tedious. So I want to change here, so maybe I will reject this. So if I reject this, then what my brother will choose is, my brother will choose 5. But 5 is still SPE, so I'll reject this as well. So then my brother will choose what? Will choose either 3 or 6. Then it's okay, right? This is different, and we have mutual best responses, right? So if my brother chooses 3, I will, after 3, I choose the left pile. So 3 means 3 and 6 division. 3 on the left, 6 on the right. I do want to choose R, so this is best response to this. And 3 is best response to this, because if I choose 4 and 5, my sister will reject it. So there are mutual best responses on equilibrium path. So this is the equilibrium. So if you look at my answer, you see that there are other ones. So I can also reject here to push my brother to choose 2 or 7. Or even I can reject here and push my brother to choose 1 and 8 too. So 0 and 9 is not possible. But yes, so there are a lot of different Nash you can choose from. But we are saying that we want to reject to push my brother through something else. That's the idea of finding a Nash that has a different equilibrium outcome. So that's how to do this problem. And the last one is always answered the same way. The one in C or one in D. The one in C is an SPE. So the one in D is not credible threat. That's how you always write this down. Therefore, C is better. And also, maybe write down C is better for A. C is better for player A. D is not credible. C is better for A, so obviously A will choose their action in C. That 3 lines will be enough.